Welcome to another episode of the A-List Movie Club. I am your host, the game changer, Wes Truth. And joined once again by Dominic and John. How's it going tonight, guys?
It's going good.
Good, good. How you
All
doing?
right. Good. And I almost just showed my pick. This is a show where every week one of us picks a different movie for the others to check out. And this time it was John's turn. So, John, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you picked?
I picked Aftermath. Hard to see with the glare. Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I don't know. I picked up at the dollar store because he was in it. I'd heard about it. For $1, what the hell, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Aftermath sees Roman Melnick, a construction worker who's happy to pick up his wife and daughter who are coming into the Columbus, Ohio airport from a flight from New York City. When he gets to the airport, he finds out devastating news that the plane has been in an accident. Roman blames the air traffic controller, Jake, for their deaths. Meanwhile, Jake, while not held responsible for the crash, blames himself and sees his family life unravel, as well as his grief that affects the relationship with his wife and son.
I never heard of this director.
Elliot Lester, yeah.
I never heard of him.
He directed movies that I hadn't seen, like Blitz and Sleepwalker. He did direct music videos for Hilary Duff, Avril Lavigne, and Selena Gomez, though.
I would put that on my resume.
And this was a film that was released in April 2017 on demand.
Okay.
Originally. So, Dominic, you said you want to go her first?
Yes. First off, John, I have to tell you, thank you for choosing this movie. I really, really enjoyed it. Enjoy is a hard word because it was a sad movie for everybody involved. But
yeah,
it is not a Schwarzenegger flick at all. I mean, it is not the type of movie you would ever. And I thought he was very good in the movie. I thought he acted very well in the movie. He played a great part. You really felt for his pain. It was just, I thought this movie was great. I mean, not, like up there with like The Godfather or Citizen Kane or anything, but I would recommend this movie to anybody. I really would. I thought the guy who played the air traffic controller was just a pure tragic figure. I mean, could you imagine if something that you did resulted in the deaths of 271 people? There would be no way I could pull myself out of that. There'd be no way.
Yeah.
I would be jumping off a bridge or a building or something like that because I would not be able to live with it. And and I know it's based on a true story, and I know that everything happened, but I was very sad towards the end when Arnold finally confronted him. I thought I was hoping it wouldn't go that in the direction it did, but they're doing it as I guess with some creative license as close to the story as possible. But thank you, John. That was a good. I enjoyed that movie. In fact, Wesley and I were at a Family Video because Family Video is going out of business, and all their movies are cheap there. And I almost bought it today.
Oh,
yeah.
So I figured. No offense to you, Wes. I figured you would understand, Dominic, since you are married, and Wes is kind of like a son to you. Like you would.
Oh God, yes.
If that happened to you, like.
It would be a completely devastating. And if I was in Arnold's position, I don't think I could go on. I really don't. I mean, like I said, this is not a typical Arnold Schwarzenegger movie at all.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
why I picked it.
oh my God. And I thought he was great. I thought he did a great job acting in this. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he just played in every guy. He wasn't some like killing machine, or he wasn't some secret agent or something like that. He was just a regular guy.
Yeah.
And,
Not a gun in sight.
right. And I give him all the props in the world for taking this project, honestly, because it's not something that I would think would be in his comfort zone.
Yeah.
Great pick, John. Great pick.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's actually why I picked it, because it's so different for him. It's not an action movie. It's not him blowing up shit and killing a bunch of guys. He's actually acting in this, and it's not bad.
Not at all.
No, it's very good. And you can feel his pain. You can feel the air traffic controller. Like, you can feel it.
I
You
know.
said, it's not a very happy movie, but
Wesley made a good comparison. I think it was Wesley. It was either he or I said this. It reminded me of. Have you ever seen Manchester by the Sea?
No, but I want to.
It's like that, only not as. I mean, it's hard to say it's not as devastating because 271 people died, but in Manchester by the Sea, you don't know what happened. There's a slow build to why everything is the way it is, and it kind of reminded me like that, because honestly, after I watched that movie, I was a little bummed. I was bummed out because it really happened.
Yeah. Wow.
What did you think about it? What was your thoughts about it?
I liked it. I thought same thing. I thought his acting was good. It was nice to see him doing a drama.
Mm-hmm.
It was like as a regular everyday guy like the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really good. That's why I picked it. You see Schwarzenegger and you think, oh, it's gonna be one of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't. That's what I liked about it. And
not at all. Yep.
as someone who I have a son, so I mean,
yeah,
thinking about a loss like that, I probably wouldn't be able to sleep at night or go on with my life. Yeah.
I could have done without Schwarzenegger's ass.
I was gonna say that with jingle bells in the background or whatever.
Yeah. Now you had said
I could have definitely done without that part.
That was funny. It made me laugh though.
Yeah. Now, John, you had said that there was a reason that you chose this, or there was a story behind it, or?
Yeah, actually, I chose it with you guys in mind because every second of this film was made in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, and I recognized a lot of the.
I don't know if you guys would recognize anything in the background or not.
Oh yeah, I recognize a lot of when they were driving down the highways and stuff, the expressways. I've driven past those exits and stuff like that. It was pretty cool.
That's what I thought would be like. That's why I picked. Besides it being a good movie, what I saw was filmed entirely in Columbus. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's where they live. I got to pick that movie.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, I've been at that airport 3 or 4 times now. Like whenever I go to Disney or whatever, that's the airport I go with the last few times. So it was interesting to see it on there. And he didn't get lost, actually, like I do every time when I come back. I like that it was in Columbus, of course, because right outside the door here. The house that he lived in looked a lot like the houses that when we lived in Newark. It reminded me a lot of the houses there, and I was like waiting to see like the street name where we used to live. But yeah, so that was cool to see that kind of stuff, and it was like, oh yeah, this is definitely Columbus. The trailer, have you seen the trailer for this, John?
No.
It makes it out to be like a Liam Neeson thriller where it kind of does a Drive where, remember where Drive made it look like it was a Fast and the Furious movie? That does it for this, what that did for that. Where the main thing they show is them at the gun store, and it looks like they're gonna kill each other and stuff, and I'm out for blood and stuff like that. It's like, oh man, because that's definitely not the movie that we get. That's a bad thing. Not everything has to be a thriller revenge movie. It's a misleading trailer. It's definitely a dreary and gloomy drama. A little slow paced at some times, where actually I could kind of lose interest throughout. And it's only an hour and 32 minutes, but it's a character study that shows the results of the tragedy that both of these men's lives had after the event. And you definitely
obviously you are a sociopath that just can't.
I'm saying good stuff about it. I felt for these both characters throughout, and as both of these families fall apart, Schwarzenegger gives a fine performance in the more serious emotional role than he usually plays. Don't expect him to get out of the car with a bazooka in the middle of this. Scoot McNairy does nice work as well. I was trying to put two and two together where I've seen this guy, and I told Dominic earlier today, he's the dude from Batman versus Superman in the wheelchair.
Oh, I knew who he was.
Yeah, because I was like, I know that guy's face from somewhere. And then I looked up his IMDb, and I'm like, Batman versus Superman. I'm like, the guy in the wheelchair. That Lex Luthor.
His reaction when he learned the planes collided was just unbelievably raw and emotional. That, I think, was just one of the highlights of the movie. His reaction with the tears and the sweat and everything like that was just fantastic. I mean, how can you go cold? Because there probably is a cut. Okay, let's try that again, and do it again, and can bring forth that much emotion. I thought that was just wonderful. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, he kind of like went numb.
Yeah,
like you could see, like they were just like all the blood drained out of him. He was like, oh no, like.
Yeah.
It starts out interesting, and then it kind of goes into a lull where the characters are just mostly depressed, which, I mean, sure, but I thought maybe, I know it's a true story, but I thought maybe there could have been a little more there before it goes to the third act. And I thought the ending was very abrupt. It was like, boom, credits. And I was like, huh? I thought, yeah, it's just kind of a big bummer in a way. But maybe because
that's what it was supposed to be.
I know,
but it accomplished what the filmmaker was trying to do.
I know. I guess maybe because I had seen that trailer, so I was expecting something a little different. I guess for a free watch on Netflix, I think if you're a big Arnold fan like I am. It might be worth a watch to see this different kind of movie. So yeah, I mean, I would recommend it. I'm just saying it was a little different than I thought it would be.
When Arnold gets to the airport terminal, remember there's a guy in front of him in line that like turns around and bumps into Arnold? That was the Columbus, Ohio mayor.
Oh.
Michael Coleman.
Yeah.
I knew it had to be somebody because I was like, what the hell was that? That had to be some sort of cameo.
When he did that.
It's kind of a random scene.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, what? You know what I had thought? Because I had no idea what this movie was about. I thought he had pickpocketed Arnold, or either that or had put something on Arnold that was going to get him into trouble. Because when they started asking for his ID and who are you, and then I'm thinking, oh shit, then I knew what was happening after that.
Yeah.
As soon as
It just sort of makes no sense.
Actually, when I saw on the departure and arrival board where it said like see the desk or go to the desk.
Yeah. When did that ever happen? In the airplane port, and he was like, "Today arrive early." I'm like, dude, it's not good if they put you in a room.
I thought maybe the plane, because I was going in a different direction with this movie, so I thought maybe the plane was hijacked or something like that, and, you know, but not like that. Okay, go ahead, John. More trivia.
The news reporter in the film, Yolanda Harris, is a real life journalist and is well known throughout Columbus.
We watch her.
I recognize the name. Yeah.
She plays herself essentially.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Channel 6 News.
Yeah, I thought that was cool too.
That's the ABC affiliate here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. It said Arnold picked Columbus, Ohio, because he has a bodybuilding event there.
Mm-hmm.
Every year.
Yeah. That was where we met all the NXT wrestlers for those 2 years they came.
Oh, okay. So he's familiar with the area, I guess. You know? Maybe that's why he didn't get lost.
There's a statue of Arnold outside of the convention center.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like the Rocky statue, kind of thing?
Kind of like that, but it's the one where he's flexing. But this Arnold thing brings people from all over the world. There's when this thing is on, there's like, it increases the size of the city by like 1 million people. I mean, it's that
It's a big deal. Wow.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
I wonder why he picked Columbus.
I don't know.
I mean, no offense, I'm just saying, like,
right?
I see like something for like LA or New York, like, you know.
Well, in case you didn't know,
Maggie Grace.
In case you didn't know, Columbus is the 14th largest city in the United States.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's bigger than Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Oh, well, those are the two big ones everyone knows in Ohio.
Right.
Like the most popular cities. Yeah.
Right.
It's a city on the rise, really, Columbus.
It is. It's a great city.
Maggie Grace, who played the air traffic controller's wife.
Yeah.
Is from Columbus, Ohio. She graduated from the high school there.
Yeah, she played the daughter of Liam Neeson in Taken. To get back to the Liam Neeson thrillers.
It's in the beginning of the movie when Jingle Bells is playing in the background. The first time you see Arnold's face, the line "Jingle All the Way" plays on the radio.
Yep.
Which is a little.
I noticed that.
Like, haha, because of his movie he was in.
Put the cookie down.
It's based on a real life incident that happened in July of 2001. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce these names. 2 airplanes crashed over Germany.
Yep.
And the Russian guy lost his wife and 2 children in the accident. And they purposely had Arnold wear big baggy clothes so he didn't look like, you know, most guys don't look like him in real life.
Yeah.
The average Joe doesn't look like, the average Joe doesn't look like Arnold's body. You know what I mean? He's like,
right.
So to sort of cover it up, they put lots of clothes on him.
So instead, they show his naked ass.
Okay, ratings. John, you go first since you picked it.
It's tough. It's probably not a 10. It's not a perfect movie.
Ooh, yeah, you definitely enjoyed it more than I did.
It's not a 10, no, but it's not terrible. I don't know, probably a good 7.
Okay, I'll go next.
Not horrible, not great.
I give it a solid 8. I give it an 8.
I'm not that far off then. So like I was like on the fence between what I would consider a meh and a do it.
Oh,
For what
geez.
this movie is, for a Netflix watch, I'll go positive, and I would give it a do it, which would come out to like a 6 number wise.
We were obviously an idiot.
It's not like I gave it a 2.
That's 21 total with an average score of a 7. So
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, and I respect Wesley's points on this.
All right, so now it is my turn to pick a movie for this next time. It felt like I picked Wonder Woman 10 years ago. But this is going to be a. Oh, yeah. All right, so this is going to be a first because every time we've done this, at least one of us has seen the movie. I don't know about you, John, but I'm pretty sure you haven't seen this one. So this will be the first time none of us have ever seen the movie I'm going to recommend, starring Robert Pattinson, called Good Time.
never heard
It's
of it.
only because you love Twilight.
Oh, yeah. It's from 2017, and it was on a lot of top 10 lists that year. So I'm very interested to see what it is. And when he was cast as Batman, and everybody was complaining, they're like, "You got to see him in Good Time." So I'm like, okay, let's check it out then. All right. So next week we'll be back with a review of Good Time. But until then, John, you want to talk a little bit about your podcast?
Yeah, I'm a podcast called We Like Wrestling Podcast. 4 guys sitting around talking about wrestling. We just did an episode about highlights of Raw since it's been on 28 years. We have a Royal Rumble tournament coming up.
How is that going to work?
I wrote down the winners, longest in, and most eliminations.
Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah.
Yeah. We're on iTunes. iTunes even still a thing? I heard they were like going out of business or something.
I'm not sure. I still have iTunes.
You're on the Apple Podcast.
Yeah, Apple Podcast, Spotify. We Like Wrestling Podcast.
All right.
And of course, for me, youtube.com/westside515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTrooPaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAList. Until next time, Troop out.